Two ancient cities, same buildings, same ballgame, same stone. And yet, they feel completely different. Most Minecraft builds of Mesoamerican cities get this wrong. Not because they look bad, but because they mix Maya and Aztec logic into one blurry style. Today, I show you how to tell them apart instantly and, more importantly, how to build each one correctly using the same city elements. And yes, we're doing this by walking through two full cities I built side by side. Very quick context, only what actually helps us design. The Maya civilization developed over a long time and across a wide, fragmented landscape. Their cities grew around monuments, elevation, and symbolism. The Aztecs came later and built a dense, highly organized capital where religion, politics, and daily life collided in one powerful urban core. The difference, monumental versus centralized, explains almost everything you're about to see. So, with that in mind, let's walk through the cities element by element. The main temple is the visual anchor of both cities, but they send very different messages. Maya temples are tall, steep, and vertical. Usually, a single, central staircase pulls your eye upward and the roof comp exaggerates height even more. These temples don't just sit in the city, they dominate the skyline. Most have decorative roof elements that amplify their verticality. From a distance, they feel almost like artificial mountains. Aztec temples do the opposite. They are broad, heavy, and planted firmly in the city center. Wide staircases, often doubled, lead up to paired sanctuaries, two temples side by side, reinforcing ritual symmetry and power. Instead of reaching for the sky, they command the space around them. When building Maya temples, I prioritize silhouette. Fewer horizontal layers, steeper angles, and decorative crowns, even if the interior is tiny. The shape tells the story. Think tall, needle-like, commanding the vertical space. For Aztec temples, footprint matters more than height. I use wider bases, bold symmetry, and twin stairs to reinforce authority. The visual weight of the structure dominates, not its elevation. If your temple scares your GPU, it's probably Maya. If it blocks half your city view, you nailed Aztec. Next, the palace. This is where power gets personal. Maya palaces tend to stretch horizontally. Long facades with repeated doorways, multiple inner courtyards, and rhythmic colonnades. They feel ceremonial and almost processional, like an architectural conversation. Surprisingly open, with movement flowing through layers rather than being controlled at a single point. The repetition isn't decoration, it's structural philosophy. Aztec elite buildings feel compact and defensive. Thicker walls, tighter internal courtyards, controlled access points. Often clustered immediately adjacent to the main temple complex, physically reinforcing the connection between administrative and religious power. They fortress-like, designed to protect and exclude. For Maya palaces, repetition is your best friend. Copy-paste rhythms of identical doorways and columns, use low roof lines that feel accessible, and add decorative variation within the repetition. The impression should be, I could walk through this. For Aztec palaces, simplify the shape and let mass do the talking. Solid stone faces, minimal openings, dramatic entrances. The impression should be, this is official. Notice how even with similar sizes, one feels welcoming and processional, and the other feels official and controlled. This difference, open versus defended, explains everything that comes next with housing patterns. Both cultures play the same ritual ballgame, but where and how they place the court matters fundamentally. Maya Ballcourts are often monumental and isolated. They framed by tall structures on either side, creating an amphitheater effect. The space feels ceremonial, almost sacred or theatrical. The court itself is the focus. Everything else recedes. Aztec courts integrate into the city fabric differently. They're more accessible, often positioned near markets and public routes. They're civic spaces that happen to contain ritual, rather than ritual spaces that dominate the city. For Maya cities, isolate the court and frame it with height. Build the surrounding structures tall and dramatic. Let foot traffic avoid the space naturally. It's not casual. For Aztec cities, embed the court into the urban grid. Let markets nestle nearby. Let pathways pass adjacent to it. Make it feel like an important civic center, not a removed monument. See the pattern. Maya emphasizes isolation and drama, Aztec emphasizes integration and access. This is where the cities truly separate, in how ordinary people existed within these spaces. Aztec markets are dense, organized, and central. Think rows of stalls, controlled chaos, constant activity. Housing clusters tightly around the urban core in compact neighborhoods. The city's pulse is concentrated and intense. Commercial life and residential life orbit the center. Maya housing and markets spread out. Homes are scattered, often separated by greenery and elevation changes. Markets exist, but they're less dominant to the city's identity. Neighborhoods feel like they breathe. There's more negative space between structures. Aztec market builds work best with repetition, density, and compression. Use blocks efficiently, pack stalls tightly, create a sense of controlled bustle. Keep housing nearby and similarly dense. Maya neighborhoods benefit from spacing, elevation changes, scattered vegetation, and visual rhythm through variation. Homes don't need to be identical. Let them feel organically placed rather than gridded. Remember earlier when I said palaces hint at housing patterns? Now you see why. Maya palaces are open and processional because Maya cities are open and dispersed. Aztec palaces are controlled and compact because Aztec cities are controlled and concentrated. Same city elements, completely different feeling. The difference isn't what gets built, it's how that building is organized in space. So, here's the key takeaway. Maya and Aztec architecture aren't defined by what they built, but how they organized space. Maya cities prioritize skyline, symbolism, and vertical drama. They use height, isolation, and monumental statements to create meaning. Aztec cities prioritize power, centrality, and urban intensity. They use density, control, and integration to create authority. If you control height, spacing, and density, your Minecraft cities will instantly feel authentic. Not through decoration, but through structure. Here are both cities side by side. Now you see them differently, right? If you want, I can break down one of these elements step by step. A deep dive on temples, palaces, ballcourts, or markets. Tell me which one you want next in the comments. And next time you see a step pyramid in Minecraft, you'll know, is it reaching for the sky, dominating through height and symbolism? Or is it claiming the ground beneath it, controlling through density and centrality? That difference, that's everything. Thanks for watching, and I see you in the next build. Goodbye!